What's going on, guys? This is Winston Gay from Open Hands Art and Animation. Today we're going to be talking about which camera you should use for YouTube, for vlogging, or just for, someone who's just starting out, in video, okay? And I'm going to tell you right now, in my opinion, you should definitely start out with a camcorder as opposed to a DSLR camera, okay? Which stands for, if I'm not mistaken, it stands for digital single lens reflex camera. And that speaks to how, basically the images that you're shooting, how they're being processed. Okay. Now, me personally, I'm a videographer. That's what I do. Is my day job. I'm also a graphic designer. And I do animation. Okay. But I do video for clients every single week. Okay. I've been doing that for the past. I've been working in the video since 2013. Okay, since 2013. For the past 5 or 6 years, I've been, doing video consistently. Okay, consistently every single week. All right, for years. All right, I'm gonna tell you, and I've done all kind of things. People shot all kinds of stuff for clients. Shot short films, all kinds of stuff. Okay, not all of that is on my page. Okay, because this page actually was kind of laying dormant for some time. I just started putting stuff on there. I need to put a lot more on. Well, I don't have a lot of my client work on here because they don't want my work on there. They don't want their stuff to be on my page. They want to be on their own page. Okay, I have like a few things on this page when it comes to like trailers, but they're like kind of old, but you can kind of see a little bit of stuff that I've done. Okay, maybe on some of my trailers. Okay, and if I need to update that, so I'm just saying that I have a lot more that I've done that's on this than it's shown on this page. Okay, but anyway, as a videographer, I'm telling you right now, you don't want to start with DSLR if you want to do video. If you want to do photography, yeah, start with DSLR because DSLR is a camera that's meant for photography. Okay, that those cameras are meant for photography. Okay, let me say, well, hey, I know people that use them for they use this kind of camera, that kind of camera, mirrorless cameras, all kind of stuff, just for video. And you can, okay. There are a lot of people that shoot music videos, whatnot, and they're using DSLRs, and it seems cool. They have their pluses and their minuses, but at the end of the day, you don't want, if you want to be good, if you really want to be an expert at this stuff, you want to start with a camcorder, because a camcorder is similar to what people use when they shoot movies. Okay, it's just that it's scaled down. Okay, there are certain things. I'm not going to go into everything, but there are certain things that are just taken away from them. Okay, such as the sensor size. The sensor is basically a square in the camera that basically allows when light hits it. Okay, when light is coming through like the lens, it basically has to do with processing things. Okay, and now let's say you have a really small sensor. What comes in essentially the overall resolution, the overall picture quality will be greatly reduced if you have an extremely small sensor. So you pay thousands of dollars, you're basically getting a larger sensor. The camera may be the same size as another camera, look the same size, but it's all about the sensor. It's all about the certain devices that are inside the camera, okay, that you really can't see most of the time, okay? When you get a bigger camera, actually you could take a lens off, you actually can see it. But when you're filming, you really can't see it. But in the day, you want to start with a camcorder because the camcorder lets you see what you're doing right in front of you in a much easier way. Also, camcorders are they're more natural. In my opinion, they're more natural to filmmaking if you want to transition into using the real big pro cameras. Okay, got a little tongue tied there. All right, if you're using it like this camera right here, I have pulled up. It's a Panasonic HC V7700. This is a camcorder that I use. Okay, for YouTube and different things. Okay, at times I have other cameras that I use. I also have a DSLR camera. I've used DSLRs on YouTube before. I have a real nice DSLR which is a full frame DSLR, okay, which is a really nice camera, and it costs a lot of money. Also have pro camcorders, all right. And I mean, and this basically right here is like a I guess you say mid range prosumer camera. Prosumer being basically that the camera is it's like a consumer level. Okay, something that you could, like a regular person could just get it and afford it. Okay, but it's still it's almost like it's not really a pro level camera, but which may be $10,000 whatever, or even prices are going down on cameras that are right now. They have cameras that are $100,000, that are $50,000. Okay, red cameras that are all kind of prices. Okay, but it's not about how much money you spend necessarily. It's about what the camera can do. Okay, that's why I say don't just jump to get DSLR. If DSLR seems to be cost more, whatever the case may be, it's about understanding what the camera can do. It's about understanding the sensor, okay, and understanding that if you're an extremely small sensor, you may get lower quality, but at the same time, you will get lower quality than the one with a large sensor, okay. But at the same time, like we see right here with this camera, okay, This is the kind of camera where the camera basically, you have the lens, and you have right here this little flip out. It's a little flip out screen, okay? This is similar to a cell phone. You can look and see a little screen like a cell phone, okay? Um, you have this little thing right here, which is this little wheel, okay? It allows you to basically, for example, mess with focus or different things. You can have it assign different things, okay? When you flip this open, okay? Which let me see. I don't know if they had the pictures. I don't think they have the pictures of when you flip it open here. When you flip this thing open, there's a screen, and this is a touch screen. Okay, if I'm not mistaken. Actually, I'm trying to remember because I have a few cameras, but this is a touch screen. Okay, and I use this all the time. I don't know why I will forget that, but you have on top you have a zoom, button here. On the larger cameras, this is called a zoom rocker. I don't know if this you call that. I don't know if you call it that on this smaller one, but basically it's like a little small zoom rocker anyway. You push it to the left or the right to zoom in and out. Okay, this is something that you do not have on a DSLR. Okay, let's go to the DSLR right here. Okay, DSLR you don't have any of that. Okay, if you want to zoom in, you have to actually change the lenses. Okay, and you have to move. You have to put your hand actually on the lens and twist. There's nothing wrong with that. Okay, but it's not the same. You have to buy more, you have to spend more money because you have to buy lenses, okay, to basically fit that camera, okay. Now, some cameras, like some of these Canon cameras, they come with lenses in like a kit. So they may come with 2 or 3 different lenses, okay. Which you'll understand why you need to have those lenses because each lens has a limit to it, an extreme limit to it. Now, when you have, like for example, you can use this lens, for example, right? And the lens cannot zoom, okay, because there's an actual thing called a zoom lens. Certain lenses they just can't zoom, okay, and they're just stationary. They're called prime lenses, okay. They're called prime lenses. All right. Now this right here, okay, this automatically and most, I've never seen that. Basically, I'll say all of them, okay. Camcorders, they can zoom. Okay, that's like a really really cheap one. They can zoom, okay. And here's the zoom function, the functionality right here, okay. So all of these cameras come with a zoom lens built in, okay. And depending on which ones you get, now this is a full HD, so that's 1920 by 1080 resolution, okay. This it's just a full HD camera. It's not 4K, but especially for YouTube or something like that, you really don't have to do 4K, okay. Because even if you upload something as 4K, most people won't watch it in 4K because 4K is still can bog people's systems down. You know what I mean? It can play slower. Okay, technology I don't think it's caught up to the degree where everyone just can watch 4K and it's just moving at lightning speed. Okay, especially if you're watching a movie or something like that, or downloading or whatever, streaming something. So people still, for the most part, watch stuff in full HD. So though I will say if you get something in 4K, you can always downgrade it to HD in the editing software you have, and that'll make the footage look better. It is true. Okay, and I have 4K cameras also myself. All right. But I draw, I not draw, but I also do art also. But I film, excuse me, but for the most part in full HD. Okay. Now we see here that, like I said, here's the zoom rocker. Okay. There's no zoom rocker here. You just have to use your hands and basically adjust things if you have a zoom lens. Okay. This probably does not even come with zoom lens. Okay. Now this camera, now this actually says it here. It says this is actually the lens kit, okay. This Rebel T8i, okay, and it's cost essentially $900, okay. That's how much this camera costs. Now this camera right here, and this is an older camera also, okay, and it comes with a bundle, so it actually comes with a lot of stuff. Okay, I think it's like extra battery, something like that, little tripods. Okay, it comes with a few things here. Um, nice. It's about 600 something, okay. And the bundle is saying they're saying this is the price of the bundle, and you're saving. You're getting this 600 something. So that's pretty cheap. You get this camera for cheaper if you look for it. Okay, I can say right now because I got this camera for you know less than $500. And I have a few of these cameras actually. Okay, but when they first came out, they were kind of kind of up there, okay, in price. But this is a very good camera. I'm saying right now it's a very good camera. It has very good audio also. There's another thing. Okay, you see up top here, those are basically mics. These mics are extremely good. They're like noise canceling. Even in the wind, you're shooting the wind. Okay, this camera can knock that wind down like nothing. It's one of the best camcorders you actually could get. Okay, the Panasonic V7. How am I getting tongue tied there? HC V7700. Okay, all right. This is a very good camera, okay? And then you have, once again, this. Now, another reason why I would say you should use, and I'm trying to make this video short, guys, but you know, so much I can say, I'm trying to just condense this, okay? But basically, another reason why you should use a camcorder as opposed to a DSLR is because camcorder can be held, and you can do all of the functions you would do as a videographer um, in a much simpler way. Okay, you can zoom. Okay, zooming is very important when it comes to learning and understanding how to frame things. Okay, seriously, you can zoom just with just with a move of your finger. Okay, um, all the buttons are right. They're easily accessible. Okay, whether they're on the side of the camera or when it comes to like what's called exposure and changing. I mean, basically allowing the camera, the footage to look darker or lighter, and how you allow light to come in the camera. A lot of times cameras like this, they'll be on the touch screen or they'll be like on the side. We open it basically when you open up the little like you know, the little door. See right here? This is like basically like a little door you open it up, and that's where the screen. If you don't know anything about camcorders at all, I'm telling you, you flip this open like a cell phone, like a flip phone, okay? And there's a screen in there, okay? And it's touch screen, if I'm not mistaken, okay? And there's a few buttons in here, but in this camera, there's not a lot of buttons that you could use to to access certain things. Most of that's on the screen, okay? But just like a cell phone, you basically just you do touch and you pull stuff up, okay? And it's a nice size screen. On a DSLR, okay. Oh, also this screen can be turned, flip facing you like a cell phone, okay. Whereas with DSLR, um, a lot they sometimes they have screens. Sometimes they may have a screen just like on the back of the camera, okay. Other ones have screens where they actually come out of the camera slightly, and you can tilt them slightly, but they're nothing in comparison to these screens. Okay, when it comes to how much you can move them around, they're not in any way in comparison. Okay, the screens are even on the camera, or the camera that costs in the thousands. Those screens are not in any way in comparison. And the reason is, in my opinion, is because once again, they're more. These cameras are really meant for photography, and it also they're like, well, if you want to, have something that looks really nice when it comes to um, a monitor, just connect the monitor. Okay. They're like, look, they can give you all the things you need, the HDMI ports to be able to connect the monitor. Here, these cameras, they're like, look, we know you want to do everything in the camera. Okay. That's just the thinking of the people that make camcorders. Okay. And that's why when you first starting out, you want to have all of that stuff right there for you. You don't want to, have to have all this extra stuff. I mean, you had to switch a lens, all this kind of stuff. If you're just starting, it's better just to have things easier, to go the easy way, okay? Because you may say, well, going the easy way is always the bad. You want to do it the hard way. No, sometimes you do want to go the easy way because it's not really the easy way. It's a simpler way because you are a newbie to the game, okay? But also when you use a camcorder, it will give you understanding of what you are doing. So that when you move to a DSLR, whatever the case may be, if you so choose, okay, you will have a full understanding, okay, of basically what's going on. Now there are things, for example, if I buy this camera, if I use this camera, I say I'm new to this, I bought this camera. There are things that are in this camera, okay, this Rebel, that may not be in this camera, okay. I'm sure of that, okay. At least with the functionality, because this camera is a higher when it comes to video processing, when it comes to all that kind of stuff. This camera is actually above, I believe. It should be above. The picture quality will be, a little better on this camera. Okay, let me say, well, I want to go for the best picture quality. I want this, I want that. And it all comes down to, but I'm going to say it's also really cool. I don't want this video to be too complicated, but I kind of have to say this so you can kind of understand what I'm talking about here. Picture quality on this camera, I'm not going to lie to you, I'm telling you right now, I'm saying the truth that basically picture quality on this camera, this Canon, will be better than this Panasonic or any high level, or even mid level DSLR. Usually the picture quality is slightly better, and the reason is because they're meant for shooting crisp pictures, just single pictures. So therefore, when they shoot video, okay, yeah, the picture a lot of times does look crisper, but you can achieve many times the same results simply by tweaking things. Okay, somebody's calling me right here. Sorry, I'm calling back. Sorry, guys, I should have put this on mute. It's crazy when you go. You call somebody, and then they don't answer the phone, and then we're doing a video, and they answer, they call you back. But anyway, I just told them I'm gonna call them back, and now they call me anyway. I have to put on vibrate. You can probably hear it. But anyway, get back to this. Um, essentially, you want to use this kind of camera because it'll give you a better understanding of what you are doing at the end of the day. Okay, regarding all the aspects of videography. Okay, it puts everything in your hands from you seeing the screens. You have the monitor right there. Okay, it's right here. Okay, and it's easy to access. You have the ability to zoom. Okay, picture quality may be a little less, but what you do essentially, let's say for example, with this camera right here, okay, it may do, and it is something that I've noticed myself personally. You may not, some people who are watching this who may be videographers or photographers, you may disagree with this, but I think it's really true. I believe that Canon, okay, they do a really good job of for example, reading blacks. Okay, very good job. That's why I like Canon because they do a good job of just when it comes to read certain colors. That's something you'll notice when you start to film that certain companies or certain cameras they just do a good job. That's of shooting certain things. Like for example, you may be shooting a cream color wall, okay, and then when you basically look at the footage on this camera, okay, on the Panasonic, it may look white or it may look a different color. When you shoot on here, it'll it'll look perfect. All right, you say, wow, look at that, okay. And why does it look different? And once again, it's because it's engineered to be a little crisper, okay. But you can fix that on this camera. Maybe you may need to go in and tweak some settings, okay. Maybe add some more lighting. I'm saying right now, this camera to get a crisp look, it really does require a little more lighting. Okay, and that's something that all cameras really need. They all need lighting to a degree, okay, for certain type of shots. Okay, so that's not something that's a big deal. Okay, you would get lighting for a camera like this, for a camera like this anyway. That's what I'm saying. So, end of the day, you know, some of my crispest videos. You can go on my channel right here, or just Open Hands channel, okay, and look at some of my past videos that I've done, okay. Like right now, I'm shooting this on a webcam. Look at like videos that I've actually done, recent ones, okay. They're really clean looking. I've done them on this camera right here. Okay, I didn't do it on the DSLR, and I have a DSLR that costs much more than this camera. Okay, but I didn't use it. Okay, because number one, I can shoot quicker with this. I set some simple lighting up. I'm ready to shoot, ready to go. I can zoom in and out easily. I actually have a monitor which I connect into this camcorder. Okay, and I actually look at the monitor. Okay, when I'm filming, I don't look at the screen. The screen is small, and because I'm kind of at a distance, I look at the monitor. It's not hard to do. You just put a little monitor, a little TV, whatever you want to put up on the table, wherever you are. Look at that. Okay, hit record. This camera may even come from rope. I'm not sure. Okay, let me see here if they have one here. I'm not sure. It may come from rope. All right. I didn't buy this camera. I didn't even get this camera brand new, so that's why I'm not even sure. Okay, this is such a nice camera. You don't have to get it brand new. And I have a few of these, and they work great. All right. But sometimes camcorders they come with remotes. I have like a much bigger, like a professional camcorder. I have a few, but one that I have came with two remotes. Okay, and that really comes in handy. You're looking in the monitor. Okay, maybe filming a YouTube video, whatever. You look in the monitor, and then you grab your remote and hit zoom in. Okay, and then you zoom out. Okay, and it'll look like someone is actually doing it when it's you doing it, and they can't see you because your hand is like that. It's like below, and you're like basically like pressing a button and the person can't see you're literally clicking, button and holding and clicking and holding. All right. It's just so many things I can say. Like, it's not that funny. Once again, it's so many. It's hard for me to kind of explain it, in its totality because some things you really gotta just experience. You know what I'm saying? But from a videographer's point of view, okay, I just want to make this video really quickly to tell you, get a basically a camcorder first, okay, before you go into the DSLR. All right. It'll put you it'll put you in a better place, okay, where you'll understand really what's going on and what you're doing. Okay, you may use this camera and say, man, well, this camera doesn't read colors the way I wanted to. Okay, and then you may get this camera. Okay, and then you get this camera and say, well, you know what, I don't want to have to keep changing these lenses out. But the thing is, if you use this camera first, okay, and you understand the look you're trying to get, you're trying to get, excuse me, you can get this camera and then know what lens to get and get it and then stay with that lens. You understand what I'm saying? But because this camera doesn't require all that kind of investment because it's all right there for you, it comes with a zoom lens, it comes with a nice lens, it has capabilities that all in one these cameras do not have. It's better to get this kind of camera first, and then when you understand something that you may want, if you want to change how you're doing things, you could go on to this, okay? But I'm not saying that DSLR is bad. I'm not saying DSLR is something you shouldn't buy. I'm just saying that you first start, it's not a good idea, in my opinion, at all to start with a camera like this, because these cameras are meant more for people who are photographers or people who really have a much better grasp, okay, of these things as someone who just started. And me personally, I've been doing this for years. I don't even use these cameras in my video, because also another thing I've got to say also that these cameras, their batteries don't last that long. Okay, like these batteries do not last that long. These cameras, you can actually plug them in, okay, to the wall, okay, and film, as long as you plug in. These cameras, you cannot do that unless you have some of these cameras. You can have an attachment, okay, and you can like basically, I believe, not mistaken, okay, and don't give me don't quote me, don't, because you have to quote me because I'm saying on the video, but I know that there are things you can get where like you can attach to the bottom and make these batteries last longer, or possibly even plug them in. Okay, I personally have never done that myself, okay, I never use these for long-term video period, okay, but I know the things you could do. I know I have a friend that has done stuff like this before. We've had things attached to shoot long video shoots, stuff like that, so on and so forth. But that's something you can get. I don't know how long those last. I don't know if it's just like just extended battery, or if you can actually shoot indefinitely. Because sometimes these cameras have issues with them heating up, and I'll even tell cameras getting really hot, so on and so forth. Because once again, they're not really meant. A lot of them are not really meant specifically for video. That's why it's better. And they have Canon. They actually have Canon, or whatever case it be. They have Canon, camcorders. Okay, also, okay, and they're very, very good. Okay. I remember last Canon camcorder I had actually gave it to somebody, gave it away, I think last year or something like that. But it was a very very good camcorder. Okay, seriously, and it read color really, really well. Okay, I will say that before I go there. Canons do a good job of reading colors, reading blacks. Okay, in my opinion, a camera reading the color black well is extremely important, because black has to do with definition. Okay, seriously, and especially if it's coming from an artist point of view, because I'm also an artist. I draw all kind of stuff, and I have a comic book series on here called Zosu. Check that out also. I let it get that little plug, but comes in every other week. But it comes, if you know about comic books, you know that using the color black, okay, especially with like Americanized, American art, is very important when it comes to shading and so on and so forth, and giving definition. Okay, these cameras do a great job of reading blacks, because sometimes what cameras will do is they'll see like a shadowy area, a dark area, and the camera will actually it'll start to show like speckles. Okay, it'll be black, but you'll see like speckles of color, because the camera's trying to figure out, is that black, is that red? It'll try to like mix. It's almost like when you close your eyes. Okay, and you start to see like different colors. Okay, that's kind of what the camera is doing right in front of you. Okay, but when you use a camera of that has a little better technology, okay, like a Canon, okay, you'll start to be able to just see bam black. All right, they do a really good job with that. Okay, but you don't want to start with something like this, because it can put you in a situation where you may want to just give up. Okay, now we're understanding. Look, they got a camera for you, and it's called a camcorder. Okay, you go with that first. All right. So I'm out, guys. Hope this has helped somebody. Like this video if you like this video. Okay, hit the like button. Okay, share it if you want to share, and it'll help this channel out, because our channel is still very small. Subscribe to the channel. If you want me to put up more videos and more instructional videos like this, hit me up in the comments and let me know. Yeah, guys. So I am out. I'll talk to you later. God bless. Thank you for watching.